Hey everyone, I'm Nick DeMeglio with NFL Draft Diamonds. We're here today with Jackson Parham from Elon. Jackson was a first team All CAA selection and a Phil Steele second team All CAA selection in 2021. Jackson has led Elon in receptions the last two seasons. And actually, this season against SEC Vanderbilt, led the team in receptions of 140 yards. How are you doing, Jackson?
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate you having me, Nick. You know what I'm saying? Glad to be on here.
Of course, of course. Yeah. So just wanted obviously to take the time, interview Jackson, give him the chance to let scouts and evaluators get a better idea for who he is, what his character is like. Obviously you could take a look at the film and everything like that. But just so evaluators and such could get a better idea for what his character and everything is like off the field. So Jackson, do you want to start off and walk us through your journey a bit, kind of how you got to where you are today?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an up and down journey. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody has their own story. Mine's a little bit unique. You know what I'm saying? Elon obviously wasn't my first choice to go to school at during the recruiting process. They ended up coming late, offering me like real late after the first signing day. But when I went to the school, you know what I'm saying, I fell in love with it. Great group of guys I came in with. And then special teams guy, um, my first 2.5 years, didn't really start until my junior and senior year. You know what I'm saying? Just grateful for all the opportunities and everybody that's helped me along the way. But yeah, it's been up and down, you know what I'm saying? Just like anybody else, probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us, I guess, a little bit more insight into, your high school days and everything like that? Or
Yeah. Yeah. So I went to, Hillsborough High School, graduated 2018. Um, you know what I'm saying? We had some really good players on our team. We had a handful of guys go Division 1. So it was good to just be grinding with those guys for the 4 years. I'm saying pushing each other. We all kind of had the same goal where we wanted to go as like a team, but also as like individuals. We all wanted to play Division 1 football and get to the next level. Um, but yeah, I mean, um, enjoyed my time at Hillsborough. Like I said a little bit before, and my recruitment was kind of crazy. Had some good offers my sophomore year, um, leading up to my junior year, and then I lost a couple because I waited to sign for the second signing day. So, just a little adversity, you know what I'm saying? And then by the grace of God, like Elon came late, um, like offered me, told me, and I never really heard about Elon because they're in North Carolina. So, I went down and checked them out, and they're on the rise football wise. It's a great school academically. So yeah, I fell in love with it for real. And
gotcha.
that's real. Yep.
Yeah, funny enough, me and Jackson came out of high school around same time, similar time. I went to Franklin, so we used to play each other. But yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely had a valid squad over at Hillsborough for class of 2018. But anyway, in terms of looking at yourself, obviously your size and everything like that, playing the receiver position. Is there any guy in the league that you kind of look to mold your game after or kind of study?
hmm Yeah. So I think like Keenan Allen, definitely somebody right now that's playing. My favorite receiver all time is probably Larry Fitzgerald.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, what I'm saying, not your normal guys that you hear all the time, you feel me? But I think like their game, my game translates to theirs as well. They're not the fastest guys, but they're very savvy football players, you know what I'm saying? Short hands, good route runners. And I just look up to those guys, you know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha. So, give us a little bit better of an idea of kind of like what your time was like at Elon. I know you kind of touched on it, how you just like so happened to end up at Elon. You didn't really know much about the school.
mhm.
But, I guess, give us a little bit of like insight about what your experience was like there playing football.
Yeah, I had a great experience. Went through two coaching staff, head coaches. The first one was Kirk Signetti. He recruited me along with Mike Shanahan, the receiver coach. And at that time, like Elon had just made the playoffs for like since, you know what I'm saying, 10 plus years. So the football team was on the rise a lot. And I really, what I'm saying, I really like that coaching staff, old school. And then they left. They actually went to JMU, who we beat my freshman year. just the nature of the business. And then our defensive coordinator came in, Tony Trisciani, and he's more of a players coach, which I really admire about him. So yeah, I kind of had the best of both worlds. Played a lot of special teams first 2.5, 3 years. I was like a two for a while, and I was actually went to my coach and was like, "Hey, is there any way like I can get on the field?" Because I was like, "I'll play defense at this point." Just one of those
Yeah.
things you say when you're a young player, and it's like you think you should get more playing time. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You think you're doing enough, but in reality, he just sat me down and was like, "Hey, like you should like we want you at receiver. You know what I'm saying? Just keep getting better. Like show us that you know what I'm saying. You shouldn't be a two. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So really took that heart, really took that personal. So ended up starting my senior year. I was 2021, and then I had the COVID year afterwards. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've been blessed to play with, you know what I'm saying, really good football players. My freshman year, Oli Udo is on the Vikings right now. He got drafted. He's a good player. Played with Davis Cheek. He was on the Panthers practice squad. He plays for the USFL right now. And yeah, Matt McKay is our quarterback this year. So I've been blessed to play with two NFL quarterbacks. Um, but
Hopefully a
yeah,
third.
yeah, hopefully a third. Yeah, thanks. So that's the plan right now. So yeah, I'm just blessed, man. Elon, never would have thought I would have went there, to be honest. It's like a hidden gem in North Carolina, but you know what I'm saying, it turned out for the best. So I'm happy.
Everything happens for a reason, right? So,
Yeah, thanks.
uh, um, so obviously, I know you said you went through two coaching staffs there. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you were used in the offense? Maybe if
Yeah.
that changed between the two coaching staffs, or
I mean, our offensive coordinator stayed, so he didn't end up
okay,
leaving. So the concepts were very similar. I think just throughout the whole entire time there, I mean, I was an X receiver, but I also played in the slot in 12
okay,
personnel. So I could play inside and outside. But yeah, I mean, the whole route tree is open on our offense. Played press man all the time in practice. So, what I'm saying? Man coverage was something we took kind of like personal as a receiver group. Because in the past, some of the guys could have handled, you know what I'm saying, press better. And so we're
hmm
looking at, you know what I'm saying, the earlier teams, and this is something like the coaches really harped on getting better at. So I think I grew in that regard as well. So kind of used all around, you know what I'm saying, deep threat, um, possession receiver, you know what I'm saying, we need to run after the catch ability. But yeah, so I've been blessed also to play with some pretty good receivers as well. So open the whole field, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just double teamed or guys playing over top of me. So we kind of opened the whole field in our offense.
okay, gotcha. Was it more or less? Was it more run heavy, or kind of was it very like balanced? Or
Yeah, so I keep saying my senior year, but yeah, the 2021 year,
yeah,
we were like 60-40 throw run.
okay,
Um, yeah. And then this past year, it was more 50-50 because our quarterback could run this year. We had a really good running back this year as well. So it was
okay,
50-50. Yep.
gotcha. So I know couple minutes ago you mentioned like your first 2 years you did play quite a bit on special teams. What kind of value do you think you add in that realm, like especially for somebody who's coming out this year and just you're trying to make a name for yourself and trying to add value to a franchise, to get onto a 53 man and everything like that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's you know what I'm saying. That's very important in my position as a rookie, especially as a wide receiver.
Mhm.
Doing anything I possibly can, you know what I'm saying, to make the team and help the team be successful. Um, where I had a forced fumble for a touchdown off a punt. You know what I'm saying, going out there, kickoff return, kickoff and whatnot, and just lay it all on the field. I know that's what vets look for,
Mhm.
especially as like when rookies come in. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to help our
Yep.
team certain type of ways? And it kind of translates in college as well. When you see like young guys running down there on special teams, you kind of naturally go to them and try to help them. So that's what I'm going to try to be as a rookie.
It's almost that respect aspect of it, kind of like
Yeah,
coming, yeah. But
right.
In terms of like, prepping for a game, stuff like that. I know you said at Elon at least you were playing X, you're playing slot, kind of,
Mm.
very versatile. What are some things you kind of look at when you're studying film and stuff? Are you looking at a couple different things depending on the game plan, or what's your prep like?
Yeah, so I mean, like my prep is pretty. I mean, it's really simple, and I just do it the same way each and every week. I think what's
Okay.
good was because I played with two NFL quarterbacks. I mean, they were extremely professional in the way they handled themselves, and that kind of rubbed off on me as a freshman. Um, so yeah, basically go over our play calls for the week and what we're putting in, um, and then basically just watch cut up film. So I'd watch like third down. I watch what the defense usually likes to be in first and second down as well. Um, red zone, and then I'll also watch the corners. Um, I'll watch their game tape, and I'll watch the explosive passes against that team, and what teams have done to exploit them. And then also, which is good, is which I kind of really want to stick with, is watching a couple games with the quarterbacks as well, and see what their mindset is, and understanding what they're looking at when they're going through progressions and reads. Um, so you know what I'm saying. So it just makes it easier for all of us.
Okay, gotcha. And then, obviously the last 2 seasons you've been, getting more play time at the receiver position. I mean, anybody who looks at the stats the last 2 years could see you produce pretty consistently and at a high level.
Mm.
What do you kind of attribute that to? I mean, was there anything specific you were doing to keep yourself healthy or kind of like producing at that level?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple things. Coaches, obviously, our strength coach, Nick DeMarco, definitely helped me. Assist, wide receiver coach, Chris Young, definitely helped as well in terms of just the knowledge of defense and what they're playing. Also, too, like practice habits. You know what I'm saying? We really harped on that as a receiver position and as a team. Because I mean, again, I've seen guys go to the next level, and I try to model what they did,
Hmm.
and practicing hard every day is like the commonality of all that. So, um, you know what I'm saying, being a leader, being a professional, holding yourself accountable, and others as well. But yeah, really practicing hard, and really putting it all out there on practice, because you make practice harder than the game. The game comes easy. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
yeah, I think that's the biggest contributing factor.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, so, in terms of throwing on the film, if somebody's watching some of your game tape and stuff like that, what would you say some of your best traits or attributes that would come across?
Yeah, I'd say first of all, possession of the football, catching. I'm a really good natural catcher of the football, route running as well, um, creating separation, um, and just being a savvy football player. You know what I'm saying? If it's third and eight, you know what I'm saying, I know to get to the sticks on third and eight. I have run after the catch ability as well. So just being an all around, you know what I'm saying, net for the quarterback, and kind of understand where he's at. And that comes with preparation too. So, I think I prepare well. I catch the ball well, run routes well as well. So,
Okay.
so yeah, yeah.
I think, I mean, obviously talking about like some of your strengths or whatnot, I've always like thought it's always important to kind of have an idea of like what a weakness is or like what your weaknesses may be in your game.
Mhm.
Obviously so you could address it, work to improve on it. Um, you know, Thinking of like your gameplay and your abilities and everything like that, do you feel like you have a weakness or something like that you're working on?
Yeah, I think like straight line speed, I'm
Okay.
definitely getting better at. You know what I'm saying? I'm continuing to work with tests and continue to build that skill. Because I know that's what the league is looking for to an extent.
Yeah.
But again, I think I've shown yards after the catchability in my tape as well. So again, just building on those skills so far. So yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, I know you kind of talked a little bit about your like experience, your playing career at Elon. Do you have, I mean, any specific like best memory, anything like that while you were there?
Yeah, I think we beat. Yeah, I mean, I have a couple. We beat JMU my freshman year. They were ranked like number one or two. We went to their house, beat them. That was pretty good. I think we had an overtime win against Richmond this year.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a good win as well. I mean, Richmond is always a good team in our league.
yeah.
You know what I'm
They're
saying?
always
We
in the
always go.
mix. Yeah.
They're always in the mix. they yap a little bit, you know what I'm saying, out there. So it was good that we got them at our home in overtime. So that was a good
Okay.
game. Yeah, facts.
Um, so, kind of getting back to, a little bit of your journey, stuff like that. I mean, do you feel like there's anything that kind of makes your journey to this point in time different or unique from maybe another prospect that teams might be considering?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think everybody's story is unique
Yeah.
when it comes down to it. I just think it's like for me, um, I think I've been kind of overlooked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I take that stuff personal, so that's what kind of
Yeah.
drives me to be better. Um, yeah, like a common theme was like coming out of like from like eighth grade to high school. Like all the high school coaches were saying, like, you know what I'm saying, get your speed up. If you want to play JV or varsity, you got to be fast.
Okay.
And then um, ended up starting a couple games in the playoffs my freshman year. And then coming out of high school, going to college, a lot of college coaches were saying, we want to see him run a 40. You know what I'm saying? How
Oh,
fast is he?
wow.
Yeah. So um, ended up getting a couple offers, you know what I'm saying? Ended up going to a CAA school at Elon. Again, same thing, getting in there. Yeah, you kind of need to stay in the weight room and get your legs stronger and get faster. End up having a great career. So I'm hearing the same things, especially coming into this next level. But you know what I'm saying? I think that I take that challenge on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I take a lot of that stuff to heart. I just got to convince people I've been doing it my whole life. So it's time
Yeah.
to just continue to do that.
You're 3 for 3, I guess, right? So, I mean,
Yeah, I'm 3 for 3.
anybody
So
anybody who's betting would say, 4 for 4. I mean, right?
all
Based
right,
on
facts,
so
exactly. And you know what? That's just the nature of the business. You know what I'm saying?
no,
I
of
kind of
course.
exactly. I kind of understand that. Understand what coaches are looking for. Hopefully, my game, my unique style of play is beneficial. Um, and you know what I'm saying? I know it is. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So I know you had your pro day a little bit ago.
Mhm.
How do you feel like that went? And kind of what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it went well. We ended up doing it at NC State.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so it was good to get all 32 teams out there. Really, really good opportunity. And pro day for me personally went very well. Had a chance to run routes afterwards after all the drills. I think that helped me a lot as well because there was only like 4 or 5 guys running routes. Um, so yeah, I think I displayed my talents to the best of my ability. Talked to a few teams afterwards, and now I'm in kind of this waiting period right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Speaking with my agent and things like that. So I'm just blessed at this point. I know I kind of play everything on the line during the pro day. But again, it is a different process. This is something different than you know what I'm saying that I've ever done. Um, so it was stressful a little bit at first, but you know what I'm saying I'm smooth now. So
Gotcha. Um, you want to kind of talk a little bit about your pre-draft training? I know you were saying you were working with Tess, but
yeah, I worked with Test. We were down in Miramar, Florida, which is like
Mhm.
close to Fort Lauderdale, Miami. So I was down there for 8 weeks. Um, had a chance to meet some real good football players. You know what I'm saying? Real good guys down there. So yeah, I was down for that for 8 weeks. 40 training. You know what I'm saying? 5-10-5 L drill, individual training. Um, it was just a great experience overall. That's really helped me helped me obviously with the skills and understanding the nature of this business and the pro
Mhm.
days. And so again, I'm just blessed. They did a great job. I'm appreciative. You know what I'm saying? It was hot down there. It was like 90 degrees every day, so it was good. Good to be down there in Florida and not up here in Jersey
No,
in the
yeah.
cold. In the cold.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you can't really train a 40 on. I mean, they have the indoor in
Yeah, they got the
Jersey,
indoor.
but you have
Yeah,
more space, I guess, down in Florida. But yeah,
yeah,
that's nice.
facts.
Um, so I mean, we've been talking football stuff like that.
Mhm.
Tell us something fun or interesting, maybe like a hobby that you do, or something a lot of people don't know about you.
Uh, let's see. It's a good question. Um, Bro, I'm pretty much like a homebody. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like watching
Okay.
movies. Um, you know what I'm saying? I think my favorite movie series. I'm kind of a nerd. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. Uh,
Okay.
Is what it is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. So I mean, I really like Lord of the Rings, whatnot. But yeah, bro, I'm a homebody and chill, just like relaxing.
Nice.
Yeah, facts.
So we'll kind of do a few more questions and then wrap it up.
Mm,
So in terms of football, obviously, like you played in a bunch of different offenses in a sense. I mean, I know you kind of had the same OC while you were at Elon, which is nice, but a couple different quarterbacks, so obviously the scheme changes and all that.
mm,
What would you say your favorite route is if you had to pick one and why?
mm. It's a great question. I think my favorite route is either a comeback or the dig
Okay.
route. I think a comeback is extremely hard to guard, especially the
Hmm.
ball placement of the quarterback. You get like timing down; it's almost impossible, um, really, because I mean the quarterback can really put it on the sideline where nobody else but you can get it. Um, I like the dig route because usually it's not the first read in the progression, so you
Yeah.
get a little time to mix it up and do a couple things, either at the top of the route or in your release. So I think like those type of routes, which allows you to get a little time to put your own spin on things. I think
Okay.
I like that route as well. Yeah.
Okay. And then, obviously, everybody kind of has challenges in life and everything like that, and then also throwing football and everything like
Mm.
that. How do you feel like